Welcome. I'm Justine Hamilton, and this video will show you how to record in PowerPoint. Now, before you do any recording, click on Slideshow and make sure Use Timings is unchecked. If it's checked and you've used any animation features in your slides, those timings will take over. And if they don't match how you want things to appear in your recording, it's going to be messy. So ensure you uncheck Use Timings unless you're confident that any animations you've used will appear exactly when you want them to. There are two ways to access the recording feature. You can click on the Record button at the top right, and that brings you directly into recording mode. But you can also click on the Record tab, and this brings up additional options like choosing to just record the slide you're on now or to record from the beginning. Once you're in the recording screen, take a look at the bottom right corner. If you click on View, you'll see three options. Teleprompter puts your notes at the top of the screen. I like this view because my camera is at the top of the screen, so it's easier to flip between seeing your notes and making eye contact with the camera. Presenter View has your notes at the right-hand side. And Slide View just shows your slides, no notes at all, so that's great for those of you who can do recorded presentations without notes. Right next to the View options is an icon where you can choose to show or blur your background. You can see that I have blur on for my background. At the bottom center, you'll see options to use a laser pointer feature, a pencil, or a highlighter. So essentially, while you're recording, you can point to items on the screen, draw items, highlight items, etc., and these don't change the underlying slides you've made. At the top center are your recording buttons. The video and microphone icons are to turn those on and off, and of course, you want them on. But be sure to click on the three dots to ensure you have the correct microphone and camera selected. You'll know if you have the correct camera selected because you'll see yourself on the slide. But if you don't check your microphone, you won't know if the correct one was selected until after you've recorded. So be sure to double check this now. To start recording, just click on the red button. Once you click the record button, the screen will go a bit gray and you will get a 3, 2, 1 countdown. So you've got time to start smiling and get ready for your first sentence. Once the countdown is done, the regular screen color will return and you can start speaking. You can record the entire presentation at once by advancing slides using the buttons at the bottom left while you continuously record. But you can also press the red button at the top to stop recording or the pause button to pause recording. To be honest, I'm not sure that it matters if you stop versus pause. But what's nice about the stop feature is you can just record one slide at a time. So instead of speaking and advancing to the next slide at the bottom left while the recording continues, you can click stop before you advance to the next slide. This gives you a bit of a break before you start speaking again. A nice feature though is that even if you record continuously, PowerPoint still saves your video slide by slide, so you can still come back to individual slides to edit. You don't have to re-record an entire presentation. At the top, next to the length of time display, you'll see a circle with an arrow. This is what you click to re-record. When you click on the arrow, it gives you two options, re-recording just the current slide or the entire presentation. Usually you're just re-recording one slide at a time. When you're done recording, or even just part of the recording, you click on Edit to go back to your PowerPoint slides. This lets you click Save, which you want to do frequently so you don't lose all the hard recording work you've done, but it also lets you make any changes to the content on your slides, and importantly, it lets you change where your image appears. You just click on your image and then you can drag it to wherever you want on the screen, and you can also resize it to be larger or smaller. This is really handy for ensuring your image doesn't cover up important information on your slides. Once you're happy with your recording, make sure you've saved the PowerPoint file and be aware that it will now be a much larger file size because of all the video, so it will take much longer to save than a regular set of slides. At this stage, you don't actually have to do anything else. If you upload the file as it is, it will play the recordings as the viewer advances through the slides. However, for a smoother video and usually a smaller file size, you'll want to export to MP4 format. So click on the Export to Video button. If you like the file name and where it's being stored, and you want the video exported in the highest quality, you can just click on the red Export Video button. But if you want to customize anything, which I usually do, click on Customize Export. PowerPoint defaults to Full HD, which is 1080p. That gives really high image quality, but also a really large file size. If image quality is less important, I'll go right down to using standard 480p so the video file size isn't as big. The image quality is still decent, but it's obviously not HD, so you decide. Underneath the image quality is an option relating to timing on slides. You will have turned timings off at the beginning, so you don't need to do anything here. Then you just click on Create Video and it will open a window asking you where to save the video and what to call it. And then you just click on Export. Depending on the length of the video and the image quality you selected, the export will take more or less time. But you don't have to sit there waiting. You can click on Exit and it will continue exporting for you. If you did stay on this screen, you'll see this notification when the video is ready. But when you're in your regular slide view, you'll see a notification at the bottom of your screen. And there you have it. Your video is ready. Thanks for watching.